We all know that life is one big mystery. You'll encounter everything you're used to one day, then wake up the next to something completely different. You might even never have read them in any book, but there they are. Sit tight as I unfold some of the weird discoveries made by farmers. Trust me, this isn't one to miss. Number 1. Breathing forest. If you ask me what the weirdest thing I've seen today is, I'll definitely say this Canadian breathing forest. The ground holding these trees seems to rise up before leveling off again, making an almost perfect breathing motion. Although most of you would choose to believe that these trees are actually breathing, scientists, on the other hand, have a very different opinion about this. They believe that the breathing motion is caused by the wind that keeps blowing off the trees. As the trees sway, the ground rises because of the shallow nature of the tree's roots. I bet I almost had you on that one. Regardless of this, I still think that it's going to be very relaxing to lay there when the trees breathe. Number 2. Python constricts leopard. This is a tough bet that you'd like to see through to the end. While on a normal stroll, this leopard coincidentally comes upon a deadly python quietly basking in the hot sun. Guess what? The leopard thought of trying a different meal that day. In fact, a prey without legs should be simple. To its surprise, the python made a quick, mighty leap, reached out for its neck, and began constricting itself around the leopard. At that moment, the leopard realized how badly this could go wrong, and all it could do was try to break free of the slow suffocation of the not-so-playful reptile. After a few seconds of struggling, the leopard finally broke free, all thanks to its sharp and ever-scratching claws. The leopard then sat just a few feet away from the python just to watch it. I guess it was still replaying how this would have quickly escalated from 0 to 100, leaving it in the python's stomach. What a near miss! Number 3. Slithering mass. Perhaps this is the most squeamish video you'll see today. From afar, you'd think that these are just pieces of wood that somehow found their way to the driveway. But up close, it's just a bunch of larvae moving together in a snake-like motion. This sighting disturbed so many people and left countless unanswered questions like, where are they going? Are they dangerous? Well, it's essentially a huge swarm of fungus gnat larvae searching for food in large numbers. The juvenile gnats benefit from traveling in this snake-like form because it lowers their danger of being eaten. The good news is that these fungus gnats aren't harmful to humans, but for the sake of your plants, you'd better get some pesticides. Number 4. Locust swarm. Before we talk about these locusts, I think you should check if you have enough food, because these little guys are the real menace. A swarm just like this is capable of causing famine and definite starvation. Typical locust swarms move about a lot and can travel great distances. Some species can go up to 81 miles per day. They frequently make non-stop voyages over the Red Sea due to their propensity for flying for extended periods of time. Although locusts can be found all over the world, they currently do the most damage in Africa's regions that practice subsistence farming. On the bright side, they could make a protein-rich plate if you're brave enough. Number 5. Two-headed calf. A shocking new discovery has been made on a farm in Baker County, Florida. This birth shocked the whole crew working on that farm, considering that nothing like that has ever happened. The newborn calf had 2 conjoined heads, each with its own set of eyes, each had a mouth of its own, and the rest of the body looked perfectly normal. All of this already sounds heavy to me. The calf would say the same because, due to the huge weight of its head, it can't feed from the mother's breast milk, so it's being bottle-fed by the workers on the farm. Unfortunately, experts say that the longest we should expect this calf to live is about 40 days. As much as the calf looks creepy, it's so sad knowing that it won't be around for long. Maybe a miracle might happen. You never really know. Number 6. Simba long-eared goat. Right when we thought we'd had enough of the breathing forest, the two-headed calf, and the slithering gnats, along comes Simba the long-eared goat. We all know about typical goats. The goat is smaller in stature, has straight hair, horns that arch backward, a short tail, and short ears. Some have slightly larger horns or maybe slightly taller than the rest, but the case of Simba the goat is unmatched. This goat is believed to have the longest ears in history. In fact, its 54-centimeter long ears forced the Guinness Book of World Records to come up with a goat list just to put everyone in their place. Simba the goat even won a trophy and a beauty contest just because of its surprisingly long ears. The owner of this amazing goat even went ahead and made something to hold its ears just so Simba wouldn't trip on them. The good news is that Simba's owner is planning on sharing Simba's genes across the world just to ensure that such beauty isn't lost. Number 7. Texas Longhorn. I know that there are so many dangerous predators out there, looking all hungry for flesh, but these horns are kind of too much. I mean, who would even want to mess with that? The size of these horns kind of seem to weigh hard on these Texas Longhorn cattle. However, we still have to acknowledge the fact that they look amazing. This remarkable breed of cattle is employed largely for the production of meat. The Texas Longhorn is a crossbreed of English cattle and Spanish stock that was accidentally introduced to Texas by Anglo-American frontiersmen. The breed is mostly recognized for its distinctively long horns. In contrast to most other cattle breeds, their horns are unusual. The majority of people will be initially shocked that you can eat longhorn meat. The truth is, you'll be more shocked to learn how delicious and healthy it is. Some of the healthiest meat you can consume is longhorn beef. Just watch out for their deadly horns. Number 8. Wriggling mass. Seeing these larvae wriggling together quickly conjures up a creepy image in your mind. You'd be shocked to know that these are the most beneficial of all larvae. Fish, birds, and pigs can eat all the larvae as food. Black soldier flies also have a high potential for human ingestion. They make an excellent source of protein when powdered and added to smoothies or cereal. Adult black soldier flies lack mouth parts and don't consume trash. They don't bite and aren't thought to spread disease because only the larvae feed on them. Number 9. Dramatic elephant CPR. A mother's love is perhaps the one thing that never fails. This little calf accidentally fell into a manhole in Thailand, and when its mother tried to rescue it, they got stuck in there together. A couple of wildlife conservation teams came to the rescue, but they didn't do this job as smoothly as they were supposed to. The mother elephant was panicking when they tried to get her out first so that they could get to the calf. Right after pulling her out, the mother elephant fainted due to panic and a little shock. In the spirit of saving both their lives, the rescue team tried to perform CPR on her. These guys literally got on top of the elephant and were stumped on where the heart supposedly is. The mother elephant regained consciousness when her calf got out of the manhole. Like and subscribe or this will crawl on your face while you're sleeping. Number 10. Farmer saves deer. I don't know how long it's been there, but this poor deer somehow finds its way into a small hole on their farm. And if it weren't for their cries, I'm pretty sure it would have spent the day in there. This little calf in the hole was carefully pulled out of the small hole by a farm. Meanwhile, while all of this is happening, the mother is keenly roaming around, watching and hoping that her baby's rescued from the hole. Good thing the calf was successfully pulled out of there. From a glance, you can tell how terrified this calf was, because it just stood there shaking with fear. If animals could speak, I bet the deer and her calf would have spent an entire day thanking this loving farmer. They all look so cute now that they're reunited again, and someone better fill that hole up. It wouldn't be fun if it fell into the same hole again.